Hello, everybody, and welcome to Geek Addicts, the pop culture podcast where we find out time travel is fucking bullshit, and you're better off just to not do anything. I am Bill, and this is Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Oh, I'm doing just lovely, Bill. That's another fine February weekend. Just cold as shit.
It's actually been kind of warm down in Connecticut. Like the snow's melting, and
Yeah, it getting a little bit of that. Like we are definitely getting a little bit of melt, and with any luck, we'll be getting more this week because it's supposed to be, I think, like high 30s, low 40s for most of the week, and we are supposed to be getting some rain. But it's just when you see 2.5 feet of snow in front of you, it's kind of hard to enjoy any sort of temperature rise.
yeah, yeah. I've done. It's been like one of those weeks where I've just felt so unproductive yet like massively productive at the same time.
Hmm, I get that.
It's been a lot.
Hmm.
But hey, we're moving on. February's almost out. It feels like the year just started already, almost into March.
I mean, we're halfway through February.
Yeah, but those last 2 weeks are gonna go by like nothing. So
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
yeah.
That's just how it goes. So, what have you been up to, Bill? Surprised you're not watching Daytona.
I may or may not have it on my phone right now. um, anyways, I've been. It's been a lot. Last week there's a big all the corporate big wigs are coming in from California next week, so it's been panic button at work. Everyone's like freaking out, and basically we've been getting a whole lot of shit, like basically being like, "Can you fix this?" And I'm like, "How long has this been broken?" Oh, about 3 weeks. I was like, "You couldn't have brought it down 2 weeks ago." No, like,
Jeez.
like
Yeah, we went through that. We went through that a few months ago. Yeah,
And the
it's always
best,
rough when corporate comes calling.
yeah, and the best part is we end this week, and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, all overtime's cut," and we're just like, "Great."
Wonderful.
I was only working 1 hour a day anyways because I kind of saw it coming and I was preparing for it. But I'm like, great. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about getting mandated anymore for a while. So
Yeah, no kidding. Meanwhile, I'm starting to get a little. I haven't gotten like a ton back yet, but like, yeah, I've been working like maybe between 3 and 5 hours of overtime a week, which has been nice. But it's not as much as I would like. But I mean, I can't do much more than like clocking in early when I get there. So
yeah,
because with Cindy working now, it's we gotta kind of keep shit in order at the night, at nighttime. Can't be
uh,
staying late.
I hear you there. Yeah, because it's typical company bullshit. Like they only budgeted so much overtime per month for each department,
Hmm.
and we apparently like actually no for the year, and we apparently blew through all of it in like a month because they were like mandating like not us in the machinist side, but we have like the mold maintenance side as well. They were
Hmm.
mandating the mold guys like 8 hours a day, like for like every Saturday.
Jesus.
Like it was absurd. And it's
So
like,
that'll be interesting.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you blew through all of it. Like I totally didn't see that coming. Um, we'll
We'll
see how long
see.
it lasts
We'll
because
see how long that lasts because they're gonna end up hitting crunch time at some point and being like, fucking overtime.
I don't see the machinists us getting any overtime anytime soon because they're going to probably siphon everything into the molds. So
Hmm.
whatever.
Gotcha.
I was preparing for it, so I'm not super bummed. I'm going to lose 4 hours a week. Oh well,
Hmm.
it is what it
Oh,
is.
well, could be worse. Could be
Yeah,
worse.
that's why I was cutting back because I'd seen this coming for a while, and I was
Hmm.
just like, I'm not gonna screw myself to a point where it's like I need it. So when if it goes away, it won't be killing me.
Hmm. That's
But
fair.
I feel like I'm the only person who was doing this, so
Um.
they all thought I was crazy.
So I finally got started on the ongoings for this year.
I did yesterday as well. I caught up on all mine.
I spent like one day. I think it was like Wednesday or something. I spent like the whole day that I'd normally be watching CW stuff. I think it was like what it was is I finished the fourth wave of CW. Like I finished like Arrow season 4, Flash season 2, and all that. And I was like, you know what? Before I start the next one, I'm just gonna fucking binge through all the current episodes that are out right now for like all my ongoings. And it ended up like taking all day.
Yeah, there's a surprisingly large amount, and I've only got 3 ongoings currently.
Well, there was like 3 or 4 episodes of JJK that I watched. I think there was 2 or 3 Trigons. Hell's Paradise had 2. Fuck, what was some of the other ones? It's hard for me to keep track because there's so many going right now.
Free Rin.
Free Rin, yep. They only had 1 episode out when I did that for English, but yeah, I watched
3
that.
now.
In English?
Yeah.
There was only the one when I watched the other day, and it said that there's a new episode coming Friday. They released 2 this week?
Yeah, probably because of the delay.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen all 3. Vigilantes.
Vigilantes, yep, I caught up on that. They finally brought Knuckle Duster back, which it's about fucking time.
They bring him back just to go into a flashback arc.
Just for him to be like, meh. Also, he used to have a quirk apparently, and I'm assuming it was All for One that took it, but like
that's my guess.
it seems like he was a speedster.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like,
interesting.
Oh, like that's a twist we didn't see. Although it makes sense.
I kind of like it though. I like the fact is like, oh, I had one and then I lost it, but I'm still out in the streets with my trusty fucking brass knuckles and just doing what I got to do. Like, all right, I can dig it.
What do you think of Miss Midnight's original hero suit?
That was certainly something.
She's
I think they referenced that suit like early in My Hero. Like mentioned that it was so revealing that they had to like change the rules about it or something.
I love that line where she's all like, "They will understand me," and then it's like, and soon after the government, the world government decided that the superhero suits needed to be more policed.
Yeah,
because it's just straight up a belt and 2 pouches covering her boobs.
Yep,
like that was it. I was like, wow.
I mean, you think about it with the way her quirk works. I mean, it is a functional costume for her ability, but
it makes sense. But like,
costume is kind of a stretch.
you know, it's bad when freaking Momo wears more in her like weird suit thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. I did really like the flashback so far, though. It's interesting seeing Zawa's backstory because it makes so much sense.
I wasn't expecting to get a whole Aizawa thing going on.
I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah, I like was it Present Mike?
How he just screams 24/7.
He just like, shut the fuck up. You don't have to yell. It's roll call. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah. I also like it's like the whole meme about it's like the introvert meme where it's like, how do introverts make friends? It's like they don't, or it's literally like somebody found an extrovert found them and adopted them. Because that's basically Izawa and Present Mike.
Pretty much, yeah. And then fucking what's his name? The kid who ended up becoming the
Nomu guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's just Sun Wukong. Like,
yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh, it's Goku.
He's Sun Wukong, but with like Luffy Gear 5 hair. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, why not?
It's crazy. I like it though. I like it. It's cool.
It's different. Vigilantes has been really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that season 1 had a different vibe about it, and season 2 is starting to get there, but it wasn't exactly hitting the ground running. You know, it's taking its time, which is fine. You know,
season 1 was very much about introducing us to those characters, and then season 2 is like, all right, now we're gonna flesh them out and actually do stuff. Because they really spent those first few episodes really fleshing out the Crawler and Pop Step, or that's her name, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he's got like that. He's got that new move where he can like kind of shoot like air blasts or whatever.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. I'm sure once he gets more practice with it, it'll actually be like a lot more useful.
I did like too when we see Izawa's backstory. We kind of get like, we kind of understand why he's the way he is, but we also kind of see similarities with like Midoriya in a way.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of why he treated him the way it was.
Oh, so sidestepping from anime a little bit to talk about like the CW stuff. So I was watching Flash, right?
Mhm.
And it was the end of season 2 when he was trying to get his powers back after giving them to Zoom. And I remembered this happening, but it didn't dawn on me until now because I've seen more now. And so when he's in the Speed Force and he's talking to the Speed Force and they're doing the whole thing where like it's taking the form of like different people that he knows and like trying to impart wisdom on him and show him like this is your destiny and all this other stuff. It dawned on me that they're literally just copying DS9.
To be fair, the Speed Force was not like that in the comics. This is a thing that they just did in the CW.
Well, no, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Like the CW specifically, it's straight up like DS9 does this exact thing with the Prophets and Cisco.
Yeah,
Like,
it's. I think Babylon 5 did it as well. Something similar. Which,
all right,
that's just a thing that's going to happen with those two shows.
yeah, but it was crazy to me. When I was watching it this because when I first watched Flash, I hadn't seen any Star Trek, so I didn't have that knowledge. But now like I've seen all DS9 actually a couple times, and it was crazy to me like when I actually put the pieces together. Like, yeah, that's literally like the same thing. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially down to like bringing in like the people that he knew that died. Like with Cisco, it was his wife, and with Barry, it's his mom. And I think his dad too. Or no, his dad hadn't died yet. I don't think. No, his dad dies like a couple episodes later.
Yeah. Yeah, CW Flash had a lot of interesting ideas. It's like weird because it's like an amalgamation of original ideas, taking Wally era ideas and just giving them to Barry, and then some of Barry's original stuff.
Well, I have noticed that there is a lot of crossover between comic book fans, anime fans, and Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like a lot of people who like anime and comic books, if they haven't seen Star Trek, by the time they do, they're like, "Oh, I like this. This is good." You know, I think it might just have to do with the type of storytelling.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's very like it's a combination of it's both serialized but also like has ongoing plot arcs and stuff.
Yeah, but then it also has like a lot of those kinds of like these are the problems we're facing in today's world, and this is how we're going to tell the story in a nuanced and different kind of way. They both all of these things actually do that like that. Which is it's fun. It takes a problem that the world sees and acknowledges as a problem, but tells it in a different and interesting way.
Yeah.
Without being like preachy. Although some of them do get kind of preachy.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to realize now why I wasn't crazy about Supergirl.
Yeah. Yeah, that version of Kara is it's its own thing. I'll say it like that.
And I will say I've only seen one episode so far, so I'm not passing judgment on the show itself. But it kind of seems like Black Lightning is trying to do the same type of thing.
Maybe
only it's more on like a racial side as opposed to a gender side.
When that came out, that was kind of what was going on at the time, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense with when it came out. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've only seen one episode, so I'm not judging the series. It's just like the introduction and getting the ball rolling. But I like a lot of the stuff they were doing with it. I'm not gonna say it's bad or anything. It's just there are points sometimes where things tend to get a little preachy.
Yeah, I mean, to me, is if the pinnacle of just taking that to the extreme to me is still Star Trek Discovery, but I've never actually read Black Lightning as a character, comic wise. I don't actually know a lot there, so for all I know, that might just be accurate to the character. But
I mean, it would make sense because the character itself came out in what, 70s,
60s. It was an early. That character's been around for a long time.
So like it would make sense, and like with that time specifically, and then with this show coming out in like the late tens, early 20s. I don't know exactly when it came out because I feel like Netflix is giving me a wrong
They
idea.
they were definitely the mid 2010s because it was Arrow started during the New 52 era, which was definitely was which started in 2011, and it only went up to 2016.
Okay, so Black Lightning aired from 2018 to 2021.
Okay, so that was in the Rebirth era.
Okay. I guess yeah, that would make sense with the okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to think because for some reason I was thinking that the timing was off based on when it takes place with the other CW shows, but I
See,
guess that would make sense from where I am right now.
it's always different interpretations too. Like, because I still say to this day, like you look at Arrow, and then you go back to watching like Justice League Unlimited, and you see like how they portrayed Ollie in that, and it's like, yeah, these are like two different characters.
Yeah. What else do they do in a lot of them? Although I will say, like the one episode of Black Lightning I watched, I'm like I could watch this series and just like if they hid like the name of the show from me, I would have assumed it was like Future Static, like
Hmm.
you know, because the way that they do his powers and even his suit is very similar in that show.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I have to go through and rewatch a lot of CW at some point, but
Well, that was my big goal for this year because I did my whole MCU thing a couple of years ago, which
hmm,
I do have to do a little catching up on before they start doing all the new Avengers stuff.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I wanted this year to be very DC tinged. So
Um, Going back to anime real quick, I did. So I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen season 3, and I
Mhm.
remember last week Because I'd only seen the first 3 episodes, I had said I don't think I this show's for me anymore.
Mhm.
I'll say episode 4. That one is good. That is a very good episode.
I'm trying to think if that one was out already or when did it come out? Was it just within the past couple of days or?
I think it was like a week ago. It's the one with that's focused around Maki.
Yes. See, I told you Maki was going to go through some crazy shit like development wise.
Yeah, because like those first 3 episodes are literally just like nothing. Like it's just bullshit. Like nothing happens, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe I just don't like this show. Then I watched that episode. I'm like, oh, okay, this actually is going somewhere.
Yeah, you're just in the setup right now. You haven't really gotten into the meat potatoes yet.
The fact that they released those first 3 episodes as a movie, I'm like, what a fucking waste of time. Like, holy shit.
See, that's why like those quote unquote movie releases that they've been doing a lot lately. I can't be bothered. It's such a waste of time and money.
Yeah, I'll give the solo leveling one credit because at least those first 2 episodes of season 2 were really fucking good.
But at the end of the day, you're still paying like regular movie ticket prices to watch a
Oh yeah, I'm
bunch
not.
of shit you've already seen and then 2 new episodes of a show that's going to be putting out those same 2 episodes on a streaming service you already pay for within the next like month or two.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things.
So I mean, like, yeah, I mean, if you really want to pay the $20 to watch these episodes like a month early, sure, but then you're just gonna be waiting a month, and then those 2 episodes will come out over the course of a couple weeks, and it's like, okay, so now I have to wait even longer to get to new stuff. You know, I don't know. Just the whole concept just seems silly to me.
Yeah. Um. And yeah, Free Reign. You haven't watched any more than the first episode, so I won't spoil anything. But it's really nice. It's been fun having it
I
back.
did like that after the whole like ending the first season on the big like the only like legit arc that we've had, where it was like the magic mage test or whatever, the level 1 mage test or whatever.
Hmm.
Going back to like we're just traveling and we're gonna have all these little mini adventures each episode. Like I, I like that we're back to that. Like that's the essence of Free Run that made me fall in love with it.
Yeah, I like that, and I love the dynamic between Free Reign, Fern, and Stark that's going on right now.
Yes, for sure.
I will say
And
though, anytime they go to a flashback, it's always like right in the feels.
oh yeah, for sure. I'm really hoping they bring back what's his face, the priest guy at some point.
He's coming back at some point. I just don't know when.
Like I want him to like fully join the party and just be there for the rest of it, like
Yeah.
really badly.
Well, I know he's coming back because he's on the cover of one of the later manga volumes I saw. So I'm like, okay, he's definitely back at some point.
He's such a good character and he melds very well with the group.
I think it actually was smart pulling him out though, because it gave them a lot more time to get. It was a crash. Sorry. It gives them a lot more time to actually like develop the main trio before they bring him in.
I guess so, but we had already kind of had a while before they brought him in.
Yeah, but they also really hadn't done a ton of development by that point.
I suppose. Then it will give him like he'll get more development off on the side doing his own thing, and then he'll come back and be like, "Well, I experienced this and that and this, and I may or may not have found my friend that I've been looking for." And so we'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a good payoff when we get there. Unfortunately, it's not looking like we're going to be getting that anytime soon because I still can't believe only 10 episodes. That's
I know.
A bummer.
Know. For sure.
Speaking of comics, though, I did finally pick up a copy of V for Vendetta, so at some point we can do that one.
I was actually about to start reading that probably tomorrow.
Okay, so we can plan for that at some point. You also have Watchmen, right?
Yes, I have V for Vendetta, Watchmen, American Vampire.
I don't have American Vampire, but I'll get it at some point.
And then I also have All-Star Superman and Batman Court of Owls.
Court of Owls. I'll have to see what arcs that one covers because there's I'm sure it lines up with a certain trade paperback.
But on the subject of comics, though, last week I had mentioned that I had only just started reading Lock and Key. I had read like the first couple chapters or issues or whatever of it. I have since finished it.
Nice.
And I think it's going to be a while before I encounter another comic run that I like as much as this. Because it was such incredible storytelling. Like it felt like, I mean, obviously like it was written by Joe Hill, which is Stephen King's son. So it's obviously he's going to have some of that going for him, but I didn't realize just how much, because the way the story was laid out and like how we get little snippets of like information about like what's actually happening behind the scenes. Like, I don't know if you know anything about the setup for the story.
I don't at all.
So basically, it's this family living in California, and this fucking deranged teenager shows up and kills their father, and some stuff happens with the mom I won't get into. But essentially, like that happens. The oldest son in the family bashes the kid with a brick, and he ends up getting arrested. But ultimately, like their dad's dead, their mom is traumatized, and they end up moving back to Massachusetts to their old family home. Where it turns out there's a whole lot of like crazy, like ancient magic shit going on. Because there's all these magic keys that are just hidden throughout the house that all do different things. Like there's one that will just straight up give you wings. There's one that will give you like, different animal abilities. There's one that will make you a giant. There's one that will just like your body will just die and you'll become a spirit. There's one that will change your gender. There's one that will open up the top of your head and you can just take memories out, or like different aspects of your personality. Like there's all sorts of crazy shit like that. And like the way they utilize all this shit, like to figure out what's going on, because there's like this dark, sinister being behind it all. That they're like, pulling the strings of all these different things happening. And it's such a well-written story. And it doesn't go like super over the top with the horror. Like it is technically a horror comic, but it doesn't go like super over the top with it or anything. Like I don't know. It's a really well told. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Because I'd love to do an episode on that. So you should definitely look into picking it up at some point.
Yeah. Got a lot of shit I gotta get through, but if I ever see it.
There is a like compendium like all in one. That's what I got. It's a hefty bitch, but it's It is nice.
Sounds good. I'll keep an eye out for it if I see it. Yeah, other than that, I've been reading. I'm still reading, doing my Flash reread.
Nice.
I've finished the Mark Waid stuff, which includes the mini arc that Grant Morrison and Mark Miller did in the middle of their run. But it's good. It still holds up. It's a fun read. I just started the Jeff Johns run now, which is the one that follows right after that. I have love-hate relationship with the Jeff Johns run, so I'm going to see how it goes rereading it because it's been a while since I've fully read it. I know the first few arcs are really good, so we'll see how it goes.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then other than that, it's just been I'm playing Pokemon again.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of Sword and Shield right now.
I have noticed Alex is playing a lot of Scarlet because almost every time I pick up my Switch, it'll tell me that she's playing it.
Yeah, she's like firmly on an anime break right now, so she's watching trash TV and playing Pokemon again.
Fair. See, like I'm on a hiatus from like serious anime watching, but I can watch like a few episodes a week. That's fine. It still took me a month and a half even to get to that point. So
yeah, I've been kind of on and off with it. Like I took a few weeks off there, not watching anything, and then I just binged everything yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you include my ongoings and the stuff that I finished that were ongoing from last year, I'm technically at 15 right now.
I'm at 6, I think. So
because I have technically been I've been rewatching JoJo's with Cindy. We're on part 3 now. So
that's fair.
That's going good. She's getting into it, and I'm very happy about that. But it's really funny too because there's so many times where like some crazy ass shit will be happening, and she'll pause it and just start going off about it, and it's just like, yes, I got her, gotcha.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's about it for miscellaneous stuff. Should we get into our topic for this week?
Sure.
All right. So for this week, we are doing the 3rd season of Red versus Blue. It's been a hot minute since we did a season 2. To the point where I forgot what happened. I had to rewatch a few episodes of season 2.
Well, luckily, you get a little bit of a recap of the previous seasons in this one.
You do, which comes out of nowhere, and I was just like, "Oh, this is different." But also fascinating because I'm not going to lie, the first few episodes of season 3 were kind of random.
Well, that was kind of the point because, like, I mean, we ended season 2 with them all going through the teleporter, and they all ended up in different places because it was messed. Like, the teleporter was all messed up or whatever, and they all went in like different groups of 2 to different places. And by different places, they're different maps in Halo.
Yeah. Also, interestingly enough, I noticed watching this that in the middle of the season they switched from Halo, the Xbox graphics, to the 360 graphics.
Well, no, it was they switched to Halo 2.
Is that Halo 2?
Yeah.
I didn't realize Halo 2 looked that good. It looked a little too clean to be. Oh, okay. I did notice the graphics shift though, because I was like, oh, everything's higher poly all of a sudden.
No, because they're in the future and everything's shinier there.
Sure, that's what that means.
It's funny because I did listen to see, I was kind of like dragging my feet with watching this. Not because I didn't want to, but because I was so into like the CW stuff. I did listen to the commentary track during the week. And I didn't actually watch the season proper in its entirety until today. But when I was listening to the commentary track, it's funny because they mentioned that they were really debating whether or not they actually wanted to make the shift to Halo 2 when it came out. Like, that was actually a big topic of conversation for them because they did not know if they wanted to do that or not. Ultimately, they ended up doing that, which I think ended up working out for them because they ended up doing that going forward every time a new Halo game came out. So
I'm surprised they didn't wait till the end of the season, but
Well, that's just when Halo 2 came out. So
yeah, just I feel like it was because it is kind of an abrupt shift. You're like, oh, okay, the models look nicer.
yeah.
I will admit though, I kind of miss the jankiness of the Halo 1 graphics.
Yeah, for sure. They do, I think, bring it back every now and then, depending on what's going on.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good. Okay, I just had to look that up real quick. Because we did have there was a special guest actor in this season. I don't know if you noticed it or not, or did any like research on it.
No.
But we met who was originally the commanding officer of the blue team in this season, played by Ed Robertson of the Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, I didn't. I was like, I don't remember this guy.
I have no idea how the hell they got him for this, but
what a random. Okay,
he must have been a fan, I guess. I don't know, but
that's just so goofy. Like I was
Yeah.
like, who is this like well-spoken gentleman here that just shows up?
yeah, I know.
Because I forgot
he's a fun character though.
I forgot he was dead at the beginning. I was like, who's this guy? I don't remember him at all.
Why does Tucker sound so proper?
Yeah.
Oh God.
We should talk about that big moment in this season that I was like, what are we doing here? And I was like, this is a fun little paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Time travel.
Church?
Yeah. Time travel is bullshit, and I kind of enjoy the fact that they just parodied that and made it a point.
Believe it or not, there is an explanation for all of this that happens later.
No, I can believe it. I love the fact that we basically find out that everything that happened in the first one is just because Church fucked it up, trying to fix it.
Yeah, which is a theme. It is a theme.
Is he like the de facto main character of the series at this point?
Pretty much. And it will become much more clear that he is as we go along. So yeah, when the season starts, we got all the different characters in different areas. Which I love how the season opens because it's just Tucker just on the ground, just all fucked up because he got hit with that rocket.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, get me help, give me this, give me that, or whatever." And he's like, "Get me Doc, I need Doc." And he's just like, "Doc's the one who shot you." He's like, "Yeah, I know. I want him to shoot me again because it hurts."
Oh yeah, because Doc's possessed at this point, right?
Yes, he is possessed by the AI that was originally in Tex. But I love it because he's just like, "Yeah, I want him to shoot me again and kill me because I'm in pain or whatever." And Donut just goes, "You can't die. I'm bored."
Yeah.
And it's just like the perfect fucking opening to this.
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
Oh no, sorry, the race just ended.
Gotcha. But yeah, we get to see a little bit of what everybody's doing. Simmons is just in like a room full of teleporters by himself randomly. Then Sarge and Caboose are together on I think the Battle Creek map. Which there's actually a story of why it was them specifically. But I love the bit that they did with that area where it's just a bunch of kids playing Halo Online.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I was like, what the? I was like, what the fuck is even happening here?
But that's actually why it had to be specifically Sarge and Caboose because they are red and blue. And when you're doing those kinds of death matches at the time, you could only be red or blue.
Yeah. I really wish they had like a couple squeakers in there.
Yeah. Well, I think you probably noticed it's all just them with like voice filters.
Oh yeah. I just really wish they had like an obvious child in there just because that was such a thing back in the day.
Oh fuck. I think Bernie did have a kid at the time too, so they probably could have done that.
Oh, I finally noticed Bernie, but no, not Bernie. I noticed Gus finally at one point during the thing.
Oh, did you?
I've been listening to a lot of Black Box Down again, and the second I heard his voice, I'm like, oh, there he is.
Yep. He's a very distinct voice. Actually, all of them kind of do, except for maybe Matt. The only time you can ever really notice that it's him specifically is when he's just doing Doc's voice.
Yeah. Is it Doc's real voice or is his possessed voice?
His real voice. The possessed voice is just like evil Sarge.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing that thing. I think it's Church and Griff are like stuck in a jail cell on Sidewinder. And I think, yeah, and was there anybody else? Am I missing somebody? Oh yeah, because Donut and Tucker are back at the base with Tex and all them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a lot of just kind of nonsense going on.
You know, at this point, it is just a lot of just like goofing around and shit, and then we get introduced to another new character, Wyoming. Yes. Who is another freelancer like Tex, a very British gentleman.
Yeah, I know.
I believe is also played by Matt. And he has been contracted to kill Tucker because Tucker caught on to the fact that red and blue are the same.
Yeah.
Which they did kind of try to wave away a little bit with the whole Church thing. But as far as that goes, just pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because there will be more on that later.
Yeah, I noticed they play very fast and loose with the continuity at times.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not really thinking too far ahead with a lot of it, at this point in time, at least.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they wrote the time travel as the way they did is pretty interesting, complex and interesting as it is, so...
Well, that was kind of their just method of just like waving away, like, hey, we shifted to Halo 2.
Yeah.
Later they're just going to be like, oh, we got new armor, and we got shipped off to a new place. And that's all it really amounts to at that point.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, they go through all their thing. They end up all reconvening again with the teleporters and everything. And, oh, yeah, because Caboose accidentally hits the button for the bomb that they put into the robot that Church is currently possessing. Mm-hmm. Also, Lopez has a weather control device.
Yeah.
Which is just okay. Which apparently runs on D batteries. Trying to figure that one out.
The best batteries.
Yeah.
Big.
But yeah, like so the bomb's getting ready to go off, and they're all trying to decide what to do, and then ultimately it ends up exploding, and quote unquote sending them all into the future. Except for Church, he got sent to the past, which is actually just another Bungie game from way back.
I think it was. I think that was supposed to be Marathon.
I think so. I think that is it. Yeah.
Not the new thing that they're trying to call Marathon. That looks like shit. But we won't talk about that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Marathon.
Well, because they made an old Doom clone back in the day, which was Marathon, so I'm assuming that's what they were going for there.
Yeah, it's funny you say that too, because I remember like watching it years ago and thinking it was Doom. But and then I found out it was some other thing, and I didn't even look past further than that. But it does look a lot like Doom.
Yeah, it was a Doom clone style game.
And here Church meets a computer. And basically the computer's like, hey, so you're here to kill us all, right?
I like the computer because he's a smart ass. Gary. Yeah, Gary.
Yeah. I love how he's there for over 1,000 years waiting for a teleporter to be made. He's just like, I probably should have come up with a name for you and all this time. It's like, it's Gary, but thanks for asking.
Yeah.
It's just perfect. Just perfect. And that's when we get into all like the time travel shenanigans.
Yeah, and how he just I love how they just hand wave every weird convenience that happened is because Church fucked it up.
Yep. I
Like,
love one of my favorite parts of that whole thing is when he's trying to snipe Donut and the grenade, and he just keeps missing. And this is like where like this is going to become a meme where Cherish always has a sniper rifle, but he's the worst shot out of all of them.
yeah,
Um, but
I
I
love.
continue what you were saying.
Well, I just my favorite is like when he first runs up to Sheila and he's like Sheila, Sheila. She's like, my name is Phyllis. It's like, oh, okay, Sheila. She's like, okay, name changed to Sheila. He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
accidentally overrides the fucking PvP mode, friendly fire.
The funny thing about all of this is just that if he had just done nothing,
Yeah.
it all would have been fine.
He kills the captain with that aspirin shot.
Yep.
He's like, does this have aspirin? Oh no, everything's seizing.
Yeah. It's just my glutenizing. And they love to continue the Herc Blah joke.
Yeah. I love to at one point he just says fuck and he's like, I'm just gonna live in this cave, be a cave hermit.
Yep.
They're like, it's the cave hermit. He's just like
and then, like he's the one who shot Tucker with the rocket. Fucking he's the one who sent Donut to the blue base where he stole the flag and all that shit happened. Like I could go on and on. Like he literally did everything. Like,
yeah. I love too when we then get that big like Deus Ex Machina part where he's like in that room with all of the failed hymns, and he's like,
yep.
What did you do? And they all explain. I think it's the yellow, and he's like, What about you? He's like, buddy, you don't want to know. Like,
it didn't work. Just leave it at that.
And the other later after he goes again, he's like, So what did you do? He's like, Oh, like, he's like,
it seemed like such a good idea at the time. Oh, that's great. I love it.
I love when they just get meta as fuck.
Yeah. And then it's just like, oh, wait, well, what's the most recent one? And it's just like, well, I guess that's me because I've done everything all you guys have. It's just like, okay, so it must be you then. Like, go do whatever it is you're going to do. And then, like, he's going to set text free. And then another one comes in and it's just like, oh, hey, so I just remembered that I already did what you're doing right now. Oh, shit, that means that I'm the guy who comes in and confuses text.
Yeah. And text all the time like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I don't know, it's great. I also love like the stupid like fucking like Photoshop ropes that they put around her. Like whenever they have to do like an edit like that, it's always looks so dumb, but it's so funny.
Yeah. I just love to how they're using the in-game rigging to do everything, and it's just like it's impressive how because it was still a true machinima at this point. So
yeah, I don't think they really started messing with their own animations until like season 8.
Yeah. Well, because I love anytime the characters are talking and they're just stuck in that like default like this pose like at all times.
Yep. It's great. It's great. So getting into a little bit more of what like the Reds and Blues are doing before Church joins them in the future, quote unquote. So like I love how like Tucker wakes up and like somehow they like I think Caboose is trying to pass the blame to Tucker that all this happened.
Yeah.
Because Caboose is the one who hit the bomb button for Church's robot. And like when he wakes up, they're all just like, oh, stupid Private Tucker did all this. I love the stupid little skit that they do too. Where it's just like, I am the past. It's like we have all these morals, but we fought all these stupid wars for no reason. I am the present. We have no cool stuff and also no morals. Everything sucks.
Yeah. Stupid shit like that.
Yeah. And just like the whole like explanation that they try to give to him about how it all happened. Because like they're just assuming they're in the future. They don't actually know, you know. But I love the explanation. It's just like, oh, the combination of weather control device and giant bomb destroyed the present. So now we're in the future. It's just like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, are we in the present now? It's just like, no. The present doesn't exist. We're in the future. It makes no sense. It's like, wait, what you're saying is just a good science.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So after they stop the bomb and everything, and they end up in the thing, is Churchill alive again now, or is he still a robot, being possessing a robot?
He is still a robot.
Okay,
Don't even try to figure out how his body is still intact after the bomb went off.
okay. Because I was confused. I was like, is he alive again, or no? He's just a robot. Okay.
No, he is still a robot. Because I think you're actually going to see him in his ghost form like right when season 4 starts.
Yeah, because I didn't notice that cliffhanger at the end is a little. What's going on there?
Hmm. Yeah, they're getting into like, oh, we can be aliens now.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, once they the Reds and Blues kind of get a handle of what's going on, they find like a radio, or they hear a radio transmission from Tex, who had, I guess, found O'Malley's base, because O'Malley had set up in like the windmill map,
Hmm.
and one of the random guys from the online multiplayer map just kind of ended up there. So he's like his lackey, and Lopez is just ahead.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And somehow, as just ahead, he was able to operate an automatic turret and also build a robot army.
Yes.
Because sure. Also, I love that scene with the robot army when like O'Malley's trying to ask him how to say things in Spanish, and he's just like, "Yes, I love my butt, and I love to hug my butt and kiss my butt." The Spanish jokes are great in this show. Like Lopez is one of the funniest fucking characters, but if you're not staring at the screen when he talks, you have no idea.
Yeah, because you gotta pay
And it's
attention.
and it's even better too when somebody's there who actually understands Spanish, because it's rare. It's not very consistent.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
man.
but yeah, they all end up meeting up at O'Malley's base because they're gonna try and fucking take him out again. And Tex is like, yeah, so I made this bomb, and like I scoped everything out, and I found the perfect place to put it and everything. I just need you guys to carry it. And they end up having Caboose do it because he has outrageous amounts of strength, apparently. Um, yeah, I love the scene where like Sarge is telling him how to lift it, because he's literally telling him all the wrong shit. He's like, lift with your back, lock your knees,
Yeah. Yeah.
put more in the groin. Like, he's like, no, bro. Oh god, it's so funny.
I love the fact that this is like literally they're just like when you look think about this series in a meta context, it's literally just a bunch of dudes role playing. It's like what we used to do as kids when we just fuck around in games and make shit up.
Yeah, for real.
That's basically what this is.
And what's funny is every time I go back and watch a season of Red versus Blue, like it's always like, oh yeah, this series is actually really funny. Because I was watching it on the TV earlier today, and Cindy was in the room just kind of like doing her own thing, like, and like every now and then I'd like just look over and I'd see her laughing, because it's just, and she's like not even really paying attention, she's just catching little snippets. But this is definitely where they started to find their feet when the comedy.
Yeah, especially the latter half of season 3 where they kind of had a consistent thing going on. Like the first few episodes were very disjointed, but they're definitely figuring it out a bit.
Yeah, well, where they left, I think they were trying so hard to like utilize some of the different maps before the Halo 2,
Yeah.
like all the Halo 2 maps. They wanted to actually utilize some of the Halo 1 stuff before that happened, which makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, they didn't really give a whole lot of time to do so, which is a little bit of a bummer. But we will get a little bit more time with some of the Halo 2 maps. And then Halo 3, they're going to get real crazy with. So they'll be on Halo 3, I think, for like pretty much 5 seasons.
Yeah, because there was a pretty big gap between Halo 3 and then Reach, from what I remember.
Well, so it's interesting what they do with that. So they do Halo 3 pretty much exclusively from season 6 through season 10. But in season 9, they split it a little bit, where it's half in Reach and half in Halo 3. and then they just switched right back to Halo 3 in season 10. It makes sense in context, but it's an interesting way that they decided to handle that.
Did they do anything with ODST, or did they just ignore that?
Not in the mainline show, no. I think they played around with it, with little shorts or whatever. But
okay.
So yeah, they end up doing the whole plan to get the bomb in or whatever, and then Tucker falls in that hole and he finds the energy sword.
Oh yeah, that sword,
which is a whole plot point, which that'll come up later. But it kind of starts as a thing now because Gary already set it up as the sword is this super important item that is part of a prophecy, and once somebody picks it up, it's bonded to them and nobody else can use it. And that will kind of be Tucker's thing when it comes to fighting going forward. And they end up getting in and planting the bomb, but then they all get locked in. And because I think once he walked in with the sword, the whole facility just locked down, and they couldn't get out. The bomb was on a countdown timer, so they were pretty fucked. And then Church showed up. And he was just like, "Hey, Gary, turn off the bomb, please." He's like, "Okay."
And then they're like, "Wait, all you had to do was ask it to turn off." And he's like, "Well, you never asked."
He's like, "Wait, the computer talks."
Name's Gary.
And spoiler, it turns out the bomb also talks.
Yeah, what is the bomb's name? It's
Andy.
Andy. Yeah. They're like, "Who's Andy?"
He's like, "Are you Andy?" He's like, "No, I'm Tucker." It's like, "No, but what's your first name?" "Lavernius."
Yeah. It's where did that come from?
And that was kind of their way of just being oh yeah, they know so little about each other that they not only didn't know their first names, but didn't even know that Tucker wasn't white.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all offended by it. He's like, "Well, you didn't know?" And he's just like, "Sorry, man."
He's just because it was "Oh, Lavernius is his name," and he starts to continue talking. He's like, "Wait, are you black?" He's like, "Does it matter?" It's like, "Not really." He just thought it was something to be something I'd pick up on by now. He's like, "You should have picked up on my first name. How about that?"
Clearly didn't know his first name.
And then later on, when Caboose is introducing them all to Andy, and he just goes it's the blue one is Church, and the black one is Tex, and the other black one is Tucker.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
Just a goofy this show is such a time capsule at times.
Oh, it super is. I don't think a show like this could be successful now.
No, modern humor this show, if they created this show nowadays, it would have fallen so flat because the kids wouldn't get it.
Well, at this point, even they have as the show went on, they evolved and they grew with the comedy, internet comedy of the time, and there is still inherent humor throughout the early seasons. You could still get into it. I mean, how fucking Xander got into it, and he watched, I think, through season 10 at least, and he enjoyed it. So I mean, it's not it's not it's so set in time that modern people can't get into it, but it's definitely one of those cases where if somebody started a series like this in the same way now, it wouldn't go anywhere.
No, probably not. Also, it's the amount of work that went into this show back in the day. I just don't think there are a lot of people that would do the same thing.
Yeah, I think in the commentary they said episode 50, which I think is the first episode with Turk, different show, with Church in going into the past to try and change things. That was episode 50, and I believe they said in the commentary that was the last episode they recorded just out of somebody's apartment, and after that they moved into an actual studio.
Yeah. Crazy.
So up to that point, they had just been exclusively recording in a closet.
Yeah. You can tell too, because the audio does take does definitely take a step up later on.
Especially in those time travel scenes with Church in the past too, because you're getting the original audio from season 1, but also his audio from the current. So like you can hear the
Yeah,
difference.
it is very noticeable. It is very like the second you hear the original captain talking, it's like, oh yeah, they've improved.
Yeah, for sure. Um, and I'm trying to think if there's anything we missed really with the robot army thing.
They don't last very long.
No, because they think Tex is the one who took them all out, but it turns out that it was the alien that they cap off the season with that like a little cliffhanger.
Yeah, because
Um,
they think Tex stole the sword, and they're all like, "Well, good thing she's on our side." She just shows up. She's like, "But who's on whose side?"
hmm.
Like, you stole the sword,
Oh,
right? And she's like, "No, I couldn't get it to work."
also the Red Army picked up a distress signal, which they ended up following, leaving the blue team there, and they get there, and it's just Blood Gulch.
Yeah,
Like they're back, or at this point in Halo 2 would have been called coagulation, but it's Blood Gulch.
yeah.
Um,
I do find it really funny the dynamics between red and blue. Like, blue is like they're both incompetent, but like for some reason, red, even with a commander, feels more incompetent half the time.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's because like blue actually has like real development going on. You know, red it seems like it's just kind of like the joke team, which is weird because you'd think the team where like blue team is like you got the one guy who's just annoyed by everything, you got the one who's just stupid, you got the one that's like just constantly going on about getting laid. You know, like they're really all like the blue team. Like when you just look at it on paper, that's all they are. But
Yeah,
like they have so much more going on than red team. I think they even referenced that at some point too.
yeah. I mean, when the series kind of de facto main characters on the team, it's kind of a it makes sense. They're the more prominent one.
Mhm. But I think Church actually arranged that distress signal because I think when he was about to leave Blood Gulch after failing to change anything, he asked Sheila to do one more thing for him, but we don't hear what that thing is. I think he told her to set out a distress signal so they can find their way back later.
Hmm.
For some, I don't know why he wanted to go back, but apparently he wanted to go back. Um, but yeah, are there any particular jokes that hit for you throughout the season?
All the time travel shenanigans, because I time travel is one of the most it's the hardest fucking things to do when you're in storytelling because time travel is so bullshit. There's so many theories behind it and how it works. And I
Hmm.
really love that for this one they literally just play into the fact that time travel is fucking stupid.
Hmm.
And they basically make the whole thing where it's like the entire thing was pointless. He literally
Yeah.
accomplished nothing.
Hmm. Yeah, it pretty much was the closed loop type of time travel where no matter how much you change it, it turns out the time travel is part of the whole thing in the first
Yeah,
place. So
it's the classic
yeah.
like that you were always meant to go back kind of thing, and it's like no matter how much you try to fix it, it's just constantly going to be the way it is.
Hmm.
Um, that's actually one of the better time travel explanations. It's like either that or like the split timeline theory. Like those are
Hmm.
like the two that I can stand by. I never buy like the whole trying to fix like you touch it, you step on a bug and it changes the entire timeline. Like I never liked that one or the you can fix the timeline thing. It's like no, it's like
Yeah.
you're getting too complicated at that point.
And the way Flash handled it is so weird too, where it's like, oh, like, it's not a timeline, it's actually a bowl of spaghetti. Like
Yeah. Well,
where
especially
even if you fix what you fucked up, it'll still be different.
yeah, especially when we get into like the comic lore where like Flashpoint created the new 52, but then we find out years later that it was like no, that was a red herring. It was actually Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen.
Okay.
Does it
Sure.
it makes sense in context, but it's also way more fucking confusing and convoluted than it needs to be.
Hmm. Fair enough.
all just to basically be like everything's canon now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, actually, I forgot to mention earlier. Little side tangent since we mentioned DC. So it turns out that Mike Flanagan, the guy who did Doctor Sleep and Life of Chuck, and he's done a bunch of other stuff, he's making a Clayface movie.
I've heard about that.
And it never dawned on me because I had seen that multiple times. I think I was getting it confused though because he's been doing like he's making an Exorcist movie. He did a Ouija movie. Like he's done a bunch of and he's doing like Carrie. Like he's done a bunch of like redos or like prequels of stuff of pre-existing stuff. So for some reason, when I was seeing Clayface, my mind was morphing it into Leatherface. So for some reason, I was thinking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But no, he's doing a DC movie.
I've seen that movie. I'm a little confused what timeline it's supposed to be in though, because we currently have this conundrum of there's the DCU, which Superman's the Gunverse essentially that Superman started. And then there's the Matt Reeves verse with the Batman, which we still have no idea whether that's connected or not because they're being wishy-washy about it.
Yeah.
But I think the Clayface movie is tied to the Batman, so I'm not sure.
Well, either way, I'm really interested by this because if we lived in a perfect world, I really want his Clayface movie to do very well. And I want, because obviously, like James Gunn can do good things with the movies, obviously. But if he's trying to like start a whole cinematic universe, he's not gonna be able to direct every movie.
No, I don't think he's going to be directing every movie.
So he's gonna have to have other directors in there to work on that. So if Mike Flanagan does really well with the Clayface movie and it's successful, who knows? Maybe he'll be one of those people who gets pulled in to do some movies from time to time.
We'll have to see. It really depends on what they do with that. It's that whole thing of like they just don't know what to do with the Batman because they can't get rid of it because it's successful, like really successful. But we're in this weird conundrum now where like he wants a unified universe thing, but there's that. And I'm
just saying, if we get a unified universe with James Gunn and Mike Flanagan making movies for it, we might finally have a winner.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see.
Would be nice.
Although apparently, from what I'm reading, Flanagan's not directing it, but he wrote the screenplay.
That's fine. He's a fantastic writer.
Yeah. Yeah, the director's James Watkins, apparently, but
because he wrote and directed, I think, both Midnight Mass and Haunting of Hill House, and the writing in both of those are fantastic. I have to look into how much he did with the writing and stuff for a lot of the movies. I know his earlier films he did all the writing for, but I know like as he went on, like he started, getting more people to help him out and stuff. So.
So interesting. Apparently, according to this, it's part of the new DC universe, like the Gunverse, but it's produced by James Gunn and Matt Reeves are involved. So they need to just make up their fucking mind on what they want to do with the Batman because Robert Pattinson's already said he wants to work with the new Superman guy, David Cornsweet. So like, let's just do it. Like, stop being wishy-washy
for
about
sure.
it.
It would be really interesting too if they just decided like, hey, we're gonna have Mike Flanagan in, but he's only gonna do the movies that center around the villains. Like that would be interesting. And also, like, I don't know, like the whole concept of just like a Clayface movie, like what are they gonna do with that?
We'll have to wait and see on that because Clayface can be well. I believe it's the second Clayface that they're doing, which is fine because they're both interesting characters. But I'm curious how they're going to handle it.
No, I'm just saying, like, I have full trust in Mike Flanagan. I'm sure, however he decides to do it, it's going to be fantastic because like I said, I've never seen anything the dude has done that I thought was even remotely bad. So
true.
So we'll see where that goes. But anyways, Red vs. Blue.
Good Good
Yeah,
season.
season three was one of the ones like back in the day, back when the Blood Gold Chronicles seasons 1 through 5 was like all there really was. Season 3 was definitely one of my top ones.
Well, so
So like,
far out of the three we've seen, they've just gotten better each season. So
for sure. I'm really interested to see how you feel about when they start really doing like plot stuff in season 6.
I'll be
Because they're
interested
kind of
because
like the bones of it are kind of here. Like they're kind of starting to lean a little bit that way, but they're still super comedy centric.
yeah, the problem with these first three seasons are it's like there is a sort of semi plot, but it's really held together by duct tape with just a bunch of jokes in the middle.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can clearly tell they did not think this was going to be the juggernaut it would end up becoming.
No, they had no clue. They were honestly blown away by how much success they got just from the first episode. Like,
Yeah.
and then when Bungie started backing them, it was like, okay, we made it. Like we're doing something right.
Bungie and then later Microsoft. Like,
Yeah,
being all for it.
No, I love season 3. Season 4 is also like this is the point going forward where it's going to be quite a while before we get any subpar seasons. Like from this point onward, it's going to be knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, so it'll be fun to see how it goes from here. Nice. I think that's pretty good for this episode. We had an hour out of that, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
We have ideas for the next episode. We'll probably talk about them off cam. So yeah. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on Geek Addicts. You can find Geek Addicts on all the major podcasting platforms, and be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network. That is superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find a whole bunch of different podcasts, videos, blogs, all sorts of fun stuff like that. And yeah, once again, guys, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Have a good one.